Hi everyone, it's Fitz with the Postgame Walk and Talk. I'm not walking, I'm going to talk. I'm sitting down. It's been a long day, but more on that tomorrow on the DD in case you missed the news. But Kansas State loses at Iowa State 80-76. Our Zach Carlson and Ryan Gilbert were up there, and they will have complete coverage, including Michael Goins writing his rewind. Lots coming, but a very disappointing performance by Kansas State. The score looks good, 80-76, but boy, Kansas State left a lot of things out there on the court tonight. And if you're Jerome Tang, you are not very happy for a couple reasons. First of all, this team missed free throws in the key stretch of the game. Just really gave up a lot of points that honestly could have won the game for them. Also, their bigs were completely useless rebounding the ball. I mean completely useless rebounding the ball. And defending wasn't much better from the bigs. Now, I know Kansas State's got some issues in the post, but they've overcome that by being quicker and more determined to defend. This K-State team didn't even look determined to do any of that in this game. In fact, this is one of the few games this season where I can honestly say I thought the opponent outworked and outwanted it, if you want to say it that way, than the Wildcats. Jerome Tang's team just didn't quite have that bite to it that they've had so many games, the kind of determination that's made them 4-0 in overtime games. And it looked like they were going to get this game to overtime, but then they just couldn't come up with that one more big play. Because if they missed on one end, they inevitably gave up an open shot on the other end. This team completely broke down in so many areas, and credit Iowa State for that. They are a very good basketball team. They know what they want to do on both ends of the floor. They were physical with Keontae Johnson, and he continued to dribble into double teams, which was something I found really frustrating. He's got to solve that. He's got to feel that better because he gets himself too deep and sometimes too trapped to do anything with the basketball. Marquise Noel was really good in the game, but still took some bad shots, some questionable shots at times, as they all seemed to kind of press. During a key stretch of the game when K-State was rallying, Cam Carter just took a horrible look at the basket, and he had a charge that was so obvious, even Big 12 refs couldn't screw it up. And Cam Carter was really good at the start of the game, but he wasn't in that one big play. Ish Massoud hit some key three-pointers and really poured it on offensively, but his defense and rebounding were non-existent. They've got to work on him getting better in those elements of the game. And David Gasson didn't play after playing a little bit against Kansas. I don't know what's going on with him, but they really need him back in the post. Hopefully he can get healthy. Kansas State now comes home with their third loss of the season. The Wildcats will play Florida on Saturday evening in the Big 12 SEC shootout matchup thingy-majig. It's the last year for it, the 10th and final year, thank goodness. The SEC has certainly benefited from this more than the Big 12, but Kansas State certainly has an opportunity against Florida to pick up another win, and it's going to be an interesting day for Keontae Johnson. That's his former team, but I'll talk about that later in the week. K-State loses at Iowa State. You're not going to get a big breakdown here. I'm really disappointed on how the team played, how they responded at key stretches in the game, but they did fight back from 10 points down in the second half, made a run of it late, but couldn't get over the hump. Good job, Cyclones, and nice cheer at the end. Someone had to continue it, I guess, but substituting KU for K-State just doesn't seem nice at all. Yeah. Back to the drawing board. K-State will learn from this. Just watch.